How do you make a sequel better than the original? You make the player feel like this. Video games and their sequels will always be a rough road to go down, only because sequels are plagued by the magnifying glass of nostalgia. Meaning, if the player doesn't get the same feeling they got when they were 8 years old, well, they're gonna hate it. But Tears of the Kingdom, holy moly! This game shatters all your expectations and gives you that brand new taste of nostalgia that you had when you were 8 years old. Little baby, here comes the airplane, woo, woo, woo! And you may be wondering to yourself, why? Why is it like that? Well, it's because Nintendo wasn't afraid to take away all the stuff that we loved about Breath of the Wild and say, you know what, that shit sucked. Let's put in something brand new, let's put in some new stuff that makes the game a lot better, huh? How about that? And you're like, oh, please, Nintendo, I would love that! Making Tears of the Kingdom the best $70 DLC experience we'll probably ever have until Mario Odyssey 2 comes out. Now, if you're trying to compare the graphics from the past game to this game, there isn't going to be much of a visual change, right? The direction's exactly the same, so the game looks exactly the same, and that's good, because it's just a successor from the old game, right? We don't want continuity errors, but there have been some changes. Not necessarily with the graphics, but with the map itself. But like these new points of interest, a bim bam boom, that's actually a hefty amount of exploring we gotta do. And with no divine beasts in sight, new temples had to be born. And they exist, they're there. But with those additions, and along with the Sky Islands, it turned this one-dimensional landscape into a 2D. And to make it a nice third dimension, the landscape got turned into a nice piece of Swiss cheese. Swiss. But when you jump into one of these little crevasses, you're greeted with this vast ocean of darkness. Honestly, it doesn't seem very impressive at first glance, right? It doesn't seem like much. And after you realize there's not that much in the sky, you really think to yourself, man, how much did they really put into below the map? Oh my. Within the Zelda franchise, the storylines kind of line up the same, right? You save the princess who doesn't really care about you, and then kill the bad guy who's enamored by your power. That's a little weird. And this story is no different, but for the first time, the player is able to see how bad Ganondorf really is. And let me tell you, he's a real bad mamma jamma. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. The only reason the story is really important is because it shows you how you lose all your abilities from Breath of the Wild, plot, and also how you get all your brand new abilities with this brand new arm. So now you can pick up trees whenever you want and cause some havoc. Like what we just briefly discussed, Link gets a whole brand new set of abilities. Magnesis, Stasis, Bombs, boom, gone. Remember how cool those were? Yeah, you don't get to use them in this game. Thank you so much. Those suck so bad. So now instead, with Link's new arm, he can swim through ceilings, use items together, and reverse time on objects. And we can't stop there because now this little man can pick up trees and cause some havoc. Sorry, I lost my cooler again. What are we on? Oh yeah, that's right, abilities. So yeah, these new abilities allow you to go through puzzles at your own whim and be able to solve them however you want. I can't believe Nintendo's given us this ability to be able to do whatever we want instead of just going down the straight line. Hey, you got the puzzle this way. Hey, guess what? Here's how I'm gonna do it. Brand new. And that's truly where the beauty of this game comes from, is because there's so much creative freedom for the player to just run around and solve puzzles their own way. I failed to mention that on top of the puzzles, you can also build vehicles, baby! Look!
Oh, look, I'm flying. Oh man, look, I'm boating. Oh man, look, I'm driving. Oh man.
But these stinky little cars is just the start of Link and his hot glue gun capabilities, because you can build wild new traps. Oh, that's brutal. Or, for little carpenters like yourself, build brand new homes for NPCs. I think Nintendo gave us just a little too much power. Yep. Side quests give the game just that extra bit of spice of life that was missing in Breath of the Wild, like helping out a mayoral election, or even cleaning out monster camps with Hyrule's finest warriors. They don't do much, but, it's fun to watch them try.
Guys, doing a great job. Don't even need my help, you guys are doing a great job.
Oh, I forgot. Since we're already here, the game adds a whole new collection of monsters, just to switch everything up. Just take a look. All right, that's enough. That's enough looking.
Bye!
I've played a lot of Zelda in my time, and it's easily one of my favorite franchises in gaming history. But none of the past games in this franchise have made me feel like a literal genius 1 minute after solving a problem, and then a literal ape in the next.
What do?
And that's why it's so good. And also, there's a whole scene where Ganondorf is literally snapping a woman's back in half.